Hello, today we celebrate the feast day of St. Ignatius of Loyola, a religious convert, the patron saint of soldiers, and the founder of the religious order, the Society of Jesus, otherwise known as the Jesuits. Born the youngest in a wealthy family of 13 children, his Spanish name is Inigo. We know him as Ignatius. He trained to become a soldier for the Spanish army from a young age, and once he was old enough to fight, he went off to fight against the French. On one fateful day in the fight against the French in the Battle of Pamplona, Ignatius suffered a very severe shock to his leg that shot it clean off from a cannonball. The Spanish lost this battle, but Ignatius was taken and cared for by his enemies. In Ignatius's period of convalescence, a drawn-out time of healing and recovery, he had a lot of free time to daydream and read. And during healing, Ignatius read a book about the life of Christ and the life of the saints. This is where his conversion takes place. In order to understand Ignatius's conversion, we first need to understand the mindset that he had as a soldier. Ignatius was a very proud man. He wanted to succeed. He wanted to be a good man for his family and for a beautiful wife he hoped to marry one day. This is just the life that he had planned for himself from a young age. But while spending time during convalescence, the book that Ignatius read about the life of Christ and the life of saints really changed his lifestyle. One of the quotes that we have from him says, "Suppose I were to rival this saint in fasting, that one in endurance, and that other one in pilgrimages." Ignatius wanted to be just as good or better than the saints that lived before him. It was his competitiveness that led him to the conversion with Jesus. So after his leg recovered, Ignatius set off to make of himself a new man. He went to confession where he renounced being a soldier and went into contemplative prayer where he received visions and signs that gave him much consolation for his decision. Between his recovery in 1522 to the founding of his religious order in 1534, St. Ignatius went back to school to learn theology and to educate missionaries about how to bring the gospel to places like the Holy Land. It was on the morning of August 15, 1534, that Ignatius and some of his companions, one of whom was St. Francis Xavier, gathered together to form the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits. This religious order was to be completely obedient to authority, perform spiritual exercises, and become missionaries to the world for Jesus. Today, the Catholic Jesuit school system is recognized worldwide. It is known by scholars and many educators for the great education that students can receive there. In the United States alone, there are 28 Jesuit colleges and more than 50 high schools. On July 31st, 1556, St. Ignatius died of malaria that was spreading around Rome at this time. He was beatified by Pope Paul V on July 27, 1609, and canonized by Pope Gregory XV on March 12, 1622. Today we celebrate all that Ignatius was able to accomplish with the help of the Holy Spirit. We remember the role that he played during the crucial time of the Counter-Reformation and the legacy of a great education for all people that are wishing to learn.